Boom, 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 Chenka. How's it going, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United. Crikey! Oh my days, what a game of football that was. United just drew 3-0 with Sheffield United away at Bramall Lane. Bloody hell. Football, bloody hell. I mean, it was a great spectacle. It was a great game of football. Sheffield United, I thought, were great throughout. Manchester United, it was pretty much a game of 2 hours from us. I mean, starting that game, I wasn't sure if I tuned in to watch Manchester United play or if I was watching a film like a 90s teen chick flick with Alicia Silverstone in, because we were that bloody clueless out there, to be fair. But at least second half, we did come back into it and we did score a few goals and our youth players shone through. And we did manage to get something out of the game. We got the bloody lead, though, at the end of the game there, and we've succumbed to Sheffield United once again at the end there. I mean, they did deserve that, I think, if you look at the performance throughout the game. If you look at the match stats, United did nothing in that first part of that game. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, man. What is the man doing? Setting the team up like that, 3 at the back there, trying to match them man for man, I guess, but it just didn't work out for us whatsoever. We've just been on the international break. Have we been working on that much? I don't think so, Ollie. He puts bloody Phil No Bones Jones in there. What do you get when you put Phil No Bones on the pitch? You just get a big gelatinous mess, wobbling and bobbleheading all over the back line. And that's basically what happened today. You know, he was at fault for a couple of instances in that first half performance, and he's just bloody gash, isn't he? He's just what we call a useless mug. I'm sorry to say it, Phil Jones, you know, I wanted him to be a success at United. He's not going to be. He's never going to be. I don't know why Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has even selected him in this side today. What has he seen in Phil Jones that we haven't seen by now? I don't know about that. And the formation, it's not like he had to play him there. Could have started the game with a different formation. He's just got it wrong. He's got it completely wrong to start with for this game of football. The midfield, Fred and Pereira, it's too weak. It's too weak for United. And Solskjaer obviously selected that side, so he's had a mare. But what I do like is, we're going in at half-time, we're 2-0 down, we're having a bloody double daymare here. Sheffield United are doing the business against us. We've barely had a shot and barely challenged the keeper for the entire first 45 minutes. One of the worst 45 minutes of football I've seen from Manchester United in a very, very, very long time. Well, not that long of a time, but anyway, pretty bad. But then the second half performance, okay, it took a while for us to get going, but it was markedly better. We showed that old United character. We showed that ability to fight back into a game and pull ourselves back into a game. And it was actually our youth players that did that. Over the moon for Williams to get on the score sheet. He gave us that momentum just to maybe just give us a glimmer of hope. Because before that goal went in, it was like, what? We were completely out of the game. We weren't looking like getting back into it. And we needed that shot in the arm from Brandon Williams. So come on, son. 19 years of age, this lad is. 19 years of age, doing the business. What I am annoyed about, I just want to say this. Okay, we changed it up, and in the end, it's worked out for us, man. But, you know, it's not good when you're bringing Jesse Lingard on for Phil Jones. Phil Jones has been so shit in the first half, playing that sort of left centre back, that he's been substituted at half-time and we changed the entire way we're playing. That's how bloody shit Phil Jones has been. But replacing him with Jesse Lingard is kind of like pulling out a bloody rotten teeth and replacing it with a lump of shit, quite honest with you. Because Jesse Lingard is not a great player. I don't know what warrants that guy coming on. James Garner's on the bloody bench. He could come on the pitch. Jesse Lingard's done nothing every time we've seen the lad. So I don't know what Solskjaer's thinking there about bringing him on. But anyway, we've mixed it up. We've put attacking players on. Greenwood's come on the second half, and it didn't take him long to get on the bloody score sheet with a fantastic poacher's finish. That's what I like to see back in the game. 2-2, another youth player doing it for us. 18 years of age, Mason Greenwood. This lad is a natural-born finisher. Honestly, he can do the business for us. He's feeding off scraps this season. He's barely had many opportunities. When he has been given opportunities, he's answered those opportunities. He's scored goals. He's been dependable. If you look at his strike rate in terms of conversion of chances, I bet it's right up there, because he doesn't, I can't remember many misses that he's had, or many opportunities, in fact. I think percentage-wise, he's a very, very good finisher. So really happy with that. And then to cap it all off, Daniel James assisted Marcus Rashford for the third to give Manchester United the lead. Happy bloody days are here again. We've got the comeback. Classic Manchester United comeback. Right from down and out, 2-0 down, Sheffield United looking much the better side. United managed somehow to claw ourselves back into the winning position. It was classic bloody Man United. But then what do we go and do? Then we bloody go and melt again at the end of the game where we couldn't see it out. So I'm gutted from that perspective. I mean, let's be real now. It was a great comeback second half. It's great for our young players. You know, Rashford's only 22 as well, so we've had goal scorers today that are 18, 19 and 22. I mean, it's a pretty impressive statistic, the fact we have got so many good young sort of British-based players coming through. Not many teams at the top there, well, not the top, but not many teams, big teams in this country are really doing that right now. So I think that's something to talk about and be positive about, the fact that we do have these young players. But let's not get away from the fact that Solskjaer did get it completely wrong today. But what I like is he was big enough to say, look, I've got this bloody completely wrong. There's no way Phil No-Bones should be starting this game. There's no way we should be playing 3 at the back and depending on Phil No-Bones and all this stuff. So he's changed it up, and the change ultimately led to us getting back into a winning position. We couldn't keep hold of it, but, you know, you have to say what Solskjaer did in that second half and the way we changed and the positive substitutions that he made to try and influence the game, even if you're talking about bringing Lingard on at half-time for Phil Jones, but still, like for like shite. He did bring on Greenwood, and we did influence the game from the second half on a lot more than we did in the first half. And that's how we've managed to snatch a point in the end, even though we had the lead against Sheffield United, and we were winning 3-2, and in the end they've had to claw back and get themselves a point. Even though that is the case, I still feel like we've been lucky today. As ridiculous as that is, we've had that comeback, we got into it, we gave them 8 minutes of hell. We gave them 8 minutes of hell out there. But the other frickin' 82 minutes or whatever were absolutely gashtastic, and Sheffield United probably deserved a lot more from that game. If we're being totally honest, you know, David De Gea's had to make a heck of a lot of saves in that first half. Good performance from David De Gea. At the back, I'm looking around there. I'm trying to tell you who's performed well. Obviously, Williams has got on the score sheet. It wasn't a very good defensive performance from United today. I mean, on one hand, I'm ridiculously pissed off that we dropped points here. On another, I'm just happy that we showed a bit of grit and determination, and we got ourselves back in the game after being down and out, 2-0 down away from home at Sheffield United. We've got back in the game, and we've got the lead, and Solskjaer's made some changes and decisions that have been positive and influenced the outcome of United getting back into that game. So I'm sort of torn. On one hand, I think of that, and on another, I just think, you know, it's a bloody gashtastic result. We can't be drawing against Sheffield United. This was our opportunity to get above Tottenham. Again, it was our opportunity to get above Arsenal. We could have been on 19 points after this game, you know, right back up there sort of in the mix. It was just an absolutely gilt-edged opportunity for us to do that. Not gilt-edged because Sheffield United are not a good team. No, far from it. They're actually a great team. They are deservedly above us in the league. They're deservedly above Manchester United. If you could look at the way they play their football, it's intense, the tenacity, you know, the team ethic, the style that they go about it, the physicality, the work rate. They just want it more than anybody else, Sheffield United. They don't necessarily have the best players in the world, but this season they have wanted it more than anyone else, and they're playing with absolute fire in their bellies. They made it a very difficult game for United today. Of course, United helped, and Ollie helped with the way that we were set up, but you have to give a heck of a lot of credit to Sheffield United for how they played, and what a great team that they are now. They're just a bloody good team, so all credit to them. Right, lads and lasses, thank you very much for stopping by on the live stream today. Hope you're all having a good one. Sorry there was no watch along today. I had to sort a couple of things out, but you know, I'm here now just to have a little bit of a chat and give you my reaction on the game. Gutted in the end that we could not hold on and get that 3-2 victory. That would have been amazing. That would have been classic United. What a comeback. What a victory after being 2-0 down. In the end, though, I feel quite fortunate that we've come away from Bramall Lane with a point in the sack, as ridiculous as it sounds. Right then, lads and lasses, let's get into your thoughts and opinions. Thanks to you all for stopping by. As you can see, there's a bunch of you in the live chat here. Do me a favour, if you are stopping by on the live stream, please smash a cheeky little like on it. And also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you do hit that subscribe button, and you can click the little bell icon as well to be notified when we go live or we post new videos on this. Shout out to all the people that were waiting in here. Caleb Medeiros, PT Snackpack, Shane Bradley, Griffo Chaz, Viper76, all the rest of you. I've got a super chat here early on from Son Goku, Ian97. How you doing, mate? Who comments, any part of your arm that hits is classed hand. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what's gone on at the end of the game there with that VAR decision. It looked like it struck him on the arm. I mean, sure, it's not like a clear-cut, oh, really, you know, trying to obstruct type moment. But the fact is, if you look at the letter of the law, that any contact of the arm in the build-up is supposed to be deemed a foul. So, I mean, I don't really know what's gone on there. VAR screwed us. Don't know the point of VAR. It's a load of absolute calamitous bollocks is what it is. Oh dear, yeah, I agree. Thank you very much there, Son Goku, for getting in here with your thoughts and opinions. Gungshi, thank you very much, pal, with your super chat. He says, hi, Pig, hope you're well, mate. Ollie and No Bones, double daymare. Let's go. Let's go of the let go of the precious Ollie. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the Scandinavian golem, strikes again. Incapable of setting this United side up properly, it seems. I don't know what is going on, the man. You know, he started this United side, 3 at the back there. Phil No Bones making his first start of the season. Nice one. Nice one, Ollie. Where's the reasoning behind that one then? You know, and then all just to revert back to a different style anyway, when it's completely not working. I mean, if we'd set up the second half like we did the first half, you know, or the other way around rather, then we would have actually, you know, possibly done a lot better than we did. Sorry, I'm just getting rid of the Man United 3-1 Brighton thing up there. Didn't realise that was still there. That's what happens. Thank you very much for your comment here. And also one here from Alex the Rinconator. How you doing, mate? Great to see you in here, buddy. Comments, we had no midfield. We need better players. This feels like a loss. Fair play to you, man. I mean, you know, to lose the game at the end there after being 3-2 up and battling our way back into it with our youth players. Yeah, I think you have to say that people are going to be grilling Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I saw it on social media throughout the game. Absolutely roasting Ole. Get Pochettino in. Get Allegri in. Get anybody else in. Get a bloody 3-legged giraffe in. Anybody else is better than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at the moment, they're all saying. Look, and he did set this team up incorrectly today, but he made changes and he adapted. But the fact is, I think you're totally right, Rincon. I don't think it's necessarily Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's fault. Look at the tools we've got there. The only other midfield option we had there at the moment, because McTominay's out, and that is a big loss to us, huge loss. But Pereira and Fred in the centre of the park, way too lightweight, not stable enough defensively, just very, very poor. And you're right, we don't have the players there. So Ole's choosing from a talent pool which is just incredibly small and shallow and gash. And that is the biggest problem we have at the moment. You know, we don't have the quality players in the certain key positions, so it's not easy for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And people talking about bloody getting Pochettino in and stuff. He's just got sacked from Spurs for having a mare and not winning an away game since bloody January last year. I mean, or this year, in fact. But almost a bloody year ago is what I'm saying, you know. So he's had a mare, and so we want that guy as our manager, do we? Look, give Ole Gunnar Solskjaer a little bit more time, regardless of what's happening right now. He needs another transfer window. I'm going to keep saying it. Sorry, guys. I know there's a lot of you I saw on social media today absolutely bloody crucifying Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But he needs a bit more time, I think. He needs at least until the end of the season, regardless. Look, if I'm in charge of this, I'm not getting rid of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer until the end of the season. Give him January transfer window, allow him to sign some good, hungry young players, a couple of them in the window in key positions that we desperately need to strengthen, and then judge him on what he does for the remainder of the season. If he gets us back up there, challenging and looking good again, then I'd be happy with him starting the next campaign as well, because I think he's deserved that. He's deserved that from what he's done. But if not, you know, if he plays himself into a sackable position between now and then, you know, I mean, some people are probably calling for the sack right now. An away draw against Sheffield United, it's not the best result in the world, and to go down in the first half and perform the way we did, it asks a lot of questions of this, just how shite United are at the moment. But look at the youth in the side, look at some of the injury issues we have when we get an injury in a key area. Man, we're absolutely up shit creek. Thank you very much for your comment there, buddy. Much appreciated. Great to see you in here, as always. James Mosscrop comments, I'm Ollie in. The Music Fiend comments, Ollie in. Yeah, what you have to say is, even though we made a mistake at the start of the game and Solskjaer set us up wrong, he had the wherewithal to take it on the chin, to reassess the situation and to make quite drastic changes, making the change, bringing Jones off at half-time, changing the formation. You know, we made some pretty harsh changes to have an impact on that game. So I like the fact that he did that, and the fact that we fought back and battled into it. But Rincon was saying, you know, it does feel like a loss in the end there, because we had the 3 points in the sack for a very memorable comeback victory. We weren't able to do it. Gungshi comments, Flying Pig United for manager, Henry Hotspur's the new mascot. Fair play, yeah, thank you very much, Gungers. I mean, I'd like to have a crack at the position, to be fair. But no, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in. I want to see what he can do for the rest of the season. I just think he's done some good stuff in his United career so far. He has done some bad stuff as well. He's learning on the job. Give him a bit more opportunities to make mistakes. You know, Jose said something very apt when he was unveiled as Spurs manager the other day. Fucking absolutely unbelievable, by the way. But there you go. He's Spurs as manager. They won the first game. But he said something very apt, which I took away, which is, he said, I will not make the same mistakes that I have done at United at Spurs. I will make new mistakes. Do you know what I mean? So what you've got to learn from your mistakes. Ollie's got to learn from his mistakes. He's got to know what players are working and what key positions, and just not play players like Phil Jones or you know, get Lingard anywhere near the team and stuff like that. Ash Holding comments, Ollie in, not fair to sack him. Do you know what? I'm loving the comments tonight, guys. Thank you very much for getting in here in the live chat, each and every one of you. Ash, I agree with you. I think he does need more time. I mean, if he was to be sacked on the back of this result, it's just ridiculous. He definitely needs more time. I know Pochettino's available. He's just melted at Spurs. But I'm with you. I think there's a lot of people in this live chat who seem to have that same mentality, actually. Like, a lot of you seem to think that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer deserves more time, which I'm happy to see. Ashley Stokes, I'm very sorry to hear you about that Aka, my friend. The Vocal Deviant comments, we need to sell Pogba and buy 2 good potential centre mids. Now you're talking my language, sir. This whole Pogba being injured, he's playing basketball and dancing around and all this shite. I mean, I do think that maybe his days are numbered at Manchester United, and it's just a moment of time before he parts ways with United. If I'm Woodward, if I'm Ollie Solskjaer, what I am trying to do is get the money in for Paul Pogba so I can then go and reinvest that. Unfortunately, we've got the Glazers in charge. Unfortunately, we're in more debt than we were last year. Unfortunately, it's a shite-run club. But Solskjaer, if he can get some money, generate some money, and I don't think he'll be given money without selling players, to be perfectly honest, in January, that's probably the best way to do it. Paul Pogba, get 100 million for him. You might even be able to get a lot more than that for him, depending on the situation. He is a big brand, all that sort of stuff. Real Madrid, Juventus, whoever it may be. Come and take him off our hands. And I do think he's a good player, but I just don't think he's ever really done it for United to warrant even being a starter in the team. I'd rather the opportunity given to somebody else, that money reinvested in some other players for us to, like you say, go out there and bring in a couple of quality centre mids. And of course, I'd like to see us bring a striker in and also a winger as well, because let's face it, you know, if you get an injury to James or Rashford or something, we're a little bit light in that area. We don't want Lingard playing out wide. We don't want Mata playing out wide. Sure, there's Chong and Gomez, but we need another true winger, I think. So, yeah, there's a lot of positions we can strengthen in the January transfer window. Pogba would enable us to do that. Thank you very much for your comment there, pal. Much appreciated. Oh, bloody hell. Was it the worst United performance all season, though? Do you know what I mean? Even though we've drawn the game 3-3, forget the 8 minutes of good football. I mean, was it... Certainly the first half, I thought, was the worst United performance I've seen this season. For the first 45 minutes, we barely created anything. We were second best for everything. Sheffield United battered us. We were just completely average. I truly felt that that was our worst 45 minutes of the season. You know, it is kind of... it's kind of like pulling teeth at United at the moment. It's painful, you know. It is going to continue to go on, especially if Solskjaer isn't given more players in the window to actually improve this side. If he still has to select players like bloody Jesse Lingard or Phil Jones, I mean, I don't know see why he has to select them, but it was just absolutely disgraceful. I just want to have a quick look at the match stats, actually, guys, before we go back into the comments and stuff. Thanks to everybody who's been supporting the channel and being so nice with all your comments recently. You know, you've really touched the pig, which sounds messed up. But thank you very much for all your love and positive vibes recently. So the match stats for the end of the game here, just to give anybody a rundown who wasn't capable of watching the game. We've had 60% of the possession. They've had 40%. It doesn't mean anything. Possession doesn't win you prizes. Shots on goal. I mean, we're a little bit flattered by the stats here because up until about the 65th minute, I don't really think we even had a shot on goal. Maybe like one piss poor trickling shot from Martial in the first half, which, by the way, thought he was bloody gashed today. Sorry, I'll just say that. I mean, he was completely bloody out of it. I don't really know what he was doing. Okay, wasn't really getting much service, but crikey, malikey, just didn't even really know he was playing. So that's a worry because he's supposed to be our main man, number 9 goal-getter up there. So that's a bit of a freaking concern. Shots, 12 shots to Sheffield United, 11 shots to United, 8 on target by Sheffield United, 5 on target for United. I mean, that's actually a bit of a flattering end of match stats there because United were shitter than that, if I'm being totally honest. Even though we've clawed our way back, got the lead, 3-2, I thought we were just a little bit shitter than that. Right, guys, let's see what you guys think about it then. Man of the match, who's your man of the match? I mean, I'd probably give the man of the match to David De Gea again, because I just think he had a big influence on the game. He did stop a lot of opportunities for Sheffield United, especially in that first half, made a really great double save at one point. He's obviously a great keeper, and he's really helped us out today, to be fair. Other good performers, of course. Rashford's had a hand in a couple of goals, fantastic to see. So, I don't know. I mean, it was such a night and day performance. Adam Whittaker, how you doing, mate? Comments, can't believe they scored a third in the 90th. Absolute bummer. It was an absolute bummer. Really not happy with that, to go down like that. I mean, we should have just been capable of seeing the game out, but I guess it was just one of those games. And Sheffield United certainly played their part in it. It was a really great game of football, actually. really hard, really lots of athleticism on display, lots of effort. And it was a real highly intense game of football. So, you know, we at least we had an entertaining game. And when there was some goals, bunch of goals. United had the lead at one point. They got back into it. Bit of drama. You know, it was a good game of football. But unfortunately, United would have liked to have come away with the 3 points. James Mosscrop, love to you too, man. Says love for the pig. Thank you very much, mate. Spectrum HD comments, what's the difference between Lampard and Ollie? Why is one performing and one isn't? Interesting. Yeah, I mean, he's had a lot less time over at Chelsea, but, you know, in terms of squad depth, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Chelsea seem to have a better squad in certain key areas, I think. United are lacking players in certain key areas, plus Lampard worked with the likes of Abrahams and Mount and stuff previously. He's been able to develop them a little bit and really fill them with confidence in the time that he's known them and bring them on. Now, he's still doing a tremendous job with the tools at his disposal after having Hazard leave and after not having the ability to bring players in, you know. But he had Pulisic and Tammy Abrahams is flying high, spanging the goals. And this is all down to Frank Lampard, so he deserves all the credit. I don't know, whatever he's doing is just completely working at the moment. They've got a very good ethic about them. Looked good in the game this weekend. So, you know, they've got a good squad, though. That's the thing. Yeah, we've got a comment here. Adam Whittaker, Chelsea's squad is the difference. I do think they have a very good squad. Certain key positions United are lacking in that Chelsea are not. The Vocal Deviant comments, Chelsea have a world-class engine in midfield. We don't. I guess you're talking about Kante, are you, my friend? Yeah, I mean, you know, the different class. Devil of Red comments, you had one team who were well organised with a coach and the other one who were a shambles. Yeah, I did sort of get that from the game today, to be fair. I mean, if you look at the way United and you look at the way Sheffield United set up in this game, Sheffield United looked well-oiled. They all knew their roles. They were all going for it. They were all put in the same direction as a team, obviously set up in a certain way to really get at United and go for us. And it really worked out well. And United, like you say, we were a shambles to begin with. That first 45 was shambolic. So totally agree with you there. Hopefully United can learn from this and Solskjaer can learn from this. And we did come away with a point. It's not the best in the end, but at least we did come away from the point with a point there. Gungshi with a super chat. Thank you very much there, pal. Much appreciated. He says, Pig, your match reaction is more exciting than the match. I don't know about that one, Gung. I actually thought it was quite an exciting match. You know, all things considered. Okay, the first half performance from United was dreary. But in terms of the events in the game and coming back from 2-0 down again, and there was quite an exciting match. But I'll take that, Gungshi. Maybe you are actually saying that it's exciting. This is just more exciting. In which case, I feel sorry for you, my friend. But thank you very much for getting in here. Yeah, and this comment here from Aaron Thrax28 is very, very true. He comments and says, we were bullied in midfield without McSauce. McSauce. We need that bloody saucy fellow in the centre of our park right now because without him we look lost in there. You know, we've basically got a couple of freaking farmers in the centre of the park where we don't have McTominay in there. McTominay's so impressed with his United career so far. He just really seems a breath of fresh air. He's got that passion and he's got that intensity and he plays with 100% effort. And I love that. A true sort of Manchester United style midfielder that we need. Could he be the next Roy Keane? Maybe. But just maybe not without, you know, with sort of lacking the mad Irishman aspect. But yeah, he is obviously a quality player. It was a big loss for us today, and I agree with you. In the centre of the park, they were completely lacking. We need to get some players in the transfer window, no doubt about it. Give Ole Gunnar Solskjaer the rest of the season. Give him a little bit of money to spend in the transfer window, and let's see what the lad can do. Okay? You're going to spoil the party before it's even got going yet. Everybody knows the cool kids don't get there until 9 p.m. Do you know what I mean? We haven't even got going yet this season. Give Solskjaer a chance. The Glazers they didn't give him the tools to handle this season properly at the start anyway. JP comments, what was Phil Jones doing for that first goal? The guy is an absolute bloody tit, isn't he? He doesn't really deserve to be anywhere near United's team. I was pretty relieved that he hasn't really been near United's team this season much at all. First start, I think, for Phil Jones. And hopefully that'll be his last, because let's be real now, as much as he seems like a nice guy and he's a utility player and can be quite useful, even when used as a backup, he's a bloody nightmare. He's an absolute bloody nightmare. Wherever he plays, you know, he's gash. So yeah, I don't know what the hell he was doing. He's a useless bastard. My G comments, let's move on to Aston Villa. Omcad Key comments, get Bruno Fernandes and Jadon Sancho. See, what I was talking about earlier on in the video about getting a winger, a proper winger, Jadon Sancho definitely fits the bill, my son. Absolutely would love to see Jadon Sancho. Plus, he fits that whole young, hungry player that we're looking for. One that's going to improve and already looks like a quality damn player. So I would 100% want to see Jadon Sancho come in there. So that's a great shout from you, my friend. And Bruno Fernandes is another sort of goal-scoring player. If we can get a player like Frank Lampard, which is what a goal-scoring creative midfielder as well, then we're going to do great. And what I mean by that is if you look at Lampard's stats, the goals that he scored from midfield for a midfielder, they're bloody fantastic. Lot of goals coming from midfield there, and United need a player like that. We don't have a player like that at the moment. We don't have a goal-scoring midfielder. I suppose McTominay's popped up with a few, but yeah, Fernandes seems to score a heck of a lot of goals over there in Portugal, and I'd like to see him do it for United. Could he do it? Hopefully. Will we go and get him? I don't bloody know. All I know is our useless board and our useless bloody exec, that twat Woodward, need to do something serious now and get some quality players in for Ollie to help him out big time. And I'm talking about players like James Maddison, absolutely, and players like Jadon Sancho and Haaland, and these guys that are young and hungry and can do something for us. Come on! Daniel Peterson comments, what did you think of Williams' performance? I mean, Brandon Williams has been a breath of fresh air for me since coming into the side. You know, I give him the faith in it. It wasn't his best performance that I've seen from him today, but he's got himself on the score sheet. He's ignited United's comeback in this game. And he's 19 years of age, the lad. So I'm just over the moon with Brandon Williams. I truly think he's one for the future, one for right now. I mean, I know Luke Shaw's probably coming back to fitness soon, but I'd rather see Brandon Williams start the games than Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw, to me, just doesn't seem to work that hard. I think he's lacking defensively. He's good going forward, I think, but defensively he leaves a lot of questions to be freaking answered. And Brandon Williams seems solid already, and he's such a young lad. I'd rather give the potential opportunities to him to see how he can develop. Great comments and great live chat in here, by the way, tonight, lads and lasses. Thank you so much for stopping by in here and getting involved with the show. Truly, honestly, thank you all. Thank you all for stopping by here and getting involved. I'll try and read a comment out from each of you, so do get them in here. Saeed Shah comments, hi Pig, good evening from Malaysia. I am frustrated today, first half too slow. Yeah, I mean, the first half was completely dreary from United. Sheffield United just came at us and barraged us, basically, and we didn't really have an answer for it. Our play in the final third was terrible. The likes of Martial and James and Rashford just not interlinking well whatsoever. There was no speed of play up there or really nice interplay going on between them at all for the first half of the game. Totally dreary. It did improve second half, thankfully. But yeah, I mean, it was just a terribly awful first half performance from us. Richard James, great to see you in here. Hi to you. VidCon Fun comments, we need Neves. He is a proven EPL player. Yeah, I mean, I must say, I do think he's a very talented player as well. What do you guys think about Harry Maguire and how he's doing at United? You know, 80 million quid this guy cost us. I mean, crikey. If you'd have told me he was 8 million, I'd have believed you. Because I don't think he's all that he's cracked up to be. But no, I hope that he is. I know he's a good leader at the back. I know that he will show more with his days at United than that we've seen in this poor start as a team in general. This has been a poor season from United. He's a centre-back. He can only influence it so much. It's not like he's going to... We can't judge him on scoring goals from corners, can we? That's not his job. But anyway, I just don't think that it's really gone his way at the moment. I expect a lot more from him. Of course, he came from Sheffield United, so an interesting game for him today. Richard says, what a last 20 minutes that was. Yeah, absolutely. Edge of the seat stuff. Fantastic game of football in the end there. Just a shame that we weren't able to see the game out and get the win in. The Vocal Deviant comments, on holiday in Thailand. Got drunk first half. Fair play, I don't blame you. Drown the sorrows of that first half, mate. Navaneeth Ravi comments, such a gash-tastic performance. I don't want to see No Bones and Jesse anywhere near the pitch for us. Phil No Bones Jones and Jesse I'm a freaking crystal meth head Pinkman Lingard should not be anywhere near the start 11 or indeed coming off the bench. I fully agree with you on that one. I concur. Comment here from Marek Stachowski. How you doing, Marek? He says, hey, just got in, bud. We'll catch the game later. Hope there are some positives from tonight. Well, let me talk about the big positives in my eyes. De Gea's had a good performance in goal, even though he's conceded 3, which actually tells you just how shite United were in that game and how many good chances Sheffield United did have. But also the young players. I want to make this video about the young players and the comeback and the fight back and the classic Manchester United fight back. Of course, we bottled it at the end as well. We've got to accept that we're a bit of a bottler side at the moment. But we had an 18-year-old in Mason Greenwood, natural finishing ability, getting on the score sheet after a couple of minutes coming on the pitch. Great for him. He's just so natural, exciting, 18 years of age. 18, he was 17 a little while ago. Brandon Williams, 19 years of age, getting on the score sheet from a defensive position. Quality, that's what you want to see. You know, great for his confidence. Hopefully, Solskjaer gives him a lot more faith going forward, even if Luke Shaw does come back into the team. You know, into the team, 19 years of age. 19. Rashford got an assist, got a goal, 22 years of age. There's a lot of youth players on that pitch. There's a lot of young players. And we do have a young look side. And the fact that we are coming back into games, and even if after we've set up and performed poorly for 45 minutes, we do put in a good display and we can drag ourselves back into games with young lads, I think it bodes really, really well for the future, doesn't it? Come on, we're playing with a bunch of bloody schoolboys out there and we're still doing all right. Woodward, Co, they've not given us the right tools. We can't sign the top quality players around. We're playing with youth players, all right? Danny James, 21 years of age, he's quality. He's a bloody bargain find, but he's still a very young lad. You know, Marcio's only bloody, what, 24, 25? He's not old at all. So it's not like we've got the most experience up there. We don't have the most experienced players. So I don't think we can really expect to be a top team right now. We are a work in progress. We are like Tottenham Hotspurs a few years ago. Do you know what I mean? When Harry Kane was bursting on the scene and Dele Alli was bursting on the scene. That's sort of where we're at right now. We've got to build. We've got to make this United side a long-term project, not just try and get these quick fixes in. Sign Lewandowski or whoever. No, I don't think that's the right thing for United right now. I think we need to bring these players that we've got on. Make them learn, like the Germany side. Do you know what I mean? Like the old Germany side with the likes of Bastian Schweinsteiger in it and freaking Podolski and people like that. You know, at one time, they were these young lads who were just not quite good enough. But then, eventually, they grew into this freaking quality side. That's what United need to do. Totally different because it's international football and they're Germans, but still. Beefy Mario comments, there's nothing to be patient for. This is like being with a woman for a year and the first 3 months is amazing, but then the next 9 months is the worst experience you ever had in a relationship. Oh, Beefy Mario, mate. I love it. Hang on, let me just block this spammer here. So yeah, JP, a loss would have been... would have really brought me down today. Yeah, in the end, I mean, like Rincon says, it sort of feels like a loss, but to me, it sort of feels like we've actually done something positive and managed to come back from 2-0 down and snatch a draw. So that's actually how I feel on it, but I can understand feeling both ways about it. But yeah, Beefy Mario, you're absolutely right. I mean, I don't know about that. I mean, sometimes some beautiful relationships are worth fighting for, my friend. You know what I mean? There's a lot of history there. There's a lot of love. There's a lot of emotions and feelings there, pal. And some relationships are worth fighting for. So I know what you're saying, okay, Beefy? But there's nothing to say we cannot rekindle that romance, rekindle that freaking love and feeling and everything. Anyway, James Mellier comments, VAR makes no sense. The last goal clearly hit his hand. Yeah, I know. I mean, it really should have been ruled out there if you're going by the letter of the law. VAR is an absolute steaming pile of mess. It should literally stand for very annoying, rancid mess. It's just bloody useless, isn't it? It's just some twat's opinion, and the opinions don't even seem to be that clear-cut. If it's not clear and completely, open to interpretation, then it's just a complete bloody shambles, isn't it? Navani Fravi comments, my guy Smalling, give that man some love. Primary Jan target for me. Well, I'd definitely rather have Chris Smalling than Phil Jones. You know, we got rid of the wrong defender there in terms of the squad depth for United. We thought we were all right there because of Bailey and Twansby and these guys. But no, we actually should have kept hold of Smalling because he's doing a good job over in Roma. I know it's a totally different league and it's just slower and it's not quite as intense or as good, and he will be a better player out there, just like any player in the Premier League would be pretty much. But the fact is, Smalling is a better defender than Jones. Smalling has done more for United over the years than Jones, And Jones is bloody useless. Jones should have been sold, and not even sold to Roma either. Jones should have been sold to, like, Barry. Do you know what I mean? In, like, Serie B. Or what freaking league are Barry in? Serie C or whatever these days. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, that's who he should have been playing for. But unfortunately, he was starting the game tonight in the Premier League for United. Phil No Bones Jones. I have no idea how. Andrakos comments, no point in crying over spilt milk. Our time will come again. For now, we rely on a bit of luck, sure. Fair play to Andrakos. I hear you, man. Football's a game of cycles, really. We can't expect to be always at the top. We are in a lull at the moment. We do have to wait a bit of time and be patient. We have got a good crop of young players coming through. Even in United's youth setup, under 23s, under 18s, we've got a good crop of young players around the side. But it's going to take time for them to develop and time for Solskjaer to learn his trade, really, because he's learning on the job. He's not coming into this United job with a 10-year managerial CV and winning Champions Leagues like a Jose Mourinho or whatever. He is coming into this after managing Molde and getting sacked by Cardiff. Do you know what I mean? It's a different ball game. Yeah, he's a United legend, but I mean, there's a lot of managerial coaching, tactics, and you know, learning from mistakes that has to be done in this time. So I don't expect United to be this amazing oiled machine anytime soon, but I just want to see progress. I want to see Solskjaer improving the players. I want to see the coaches improving the players and the way that we're playing football between now and the end of the season. And then I hope he can go on and we can do some bits next season with some good signings, you know, because we should be invested in the squad. 1992 Caleb W comments, I really pray January will make a difference. Yeah, I mean, you know what? 50% of me thinks that United are not going to sign a bloody single soul in January because of Woodward in charge and because of those pesky Glazers. Pesky Glazers? Because of those pricks, the Glazers, more like. Because United is not being invested in fully. That is the main problem with United. We don't have the players there in a lot of ways. So, yeah, I mean, I agree with you entirely. Daniel Peterson comments, who would you bring in for the January transfer window? I mean, just my personal opinions. If it was reasonable, you know, I'm not just going to say Lionel Messi and people that aren't realistic, but I'd probably bring in, I think we need a bit of defensive stability. I'd bring in a couple of midfielders. I'd like to see James Maddison come in to create for us, 22 years of age. English homegrown, looks to be only getting better. Good leader, good influencer of games. Like to see him come in, that'd be great. Maybe his teammate Ndidi, a bit more defensive stability, you know. Hopefully we need somebody like a Kante, but Kante's not realistic, I don't know. But just somebody who's a lot more defensively stable in the centre of the park there and puts in good performances consistently in the Premier League. Up top there, I would like to see Haaland come in. Maybe Martial's not the answer. I'm still hoping that he will be the answer to our problems up there. But Haaland's a young, hungry player, supposedly the next bloody Scandinavian Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Get him while we can. He's got the Moldy and the Norwegian connection with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Get him in while we can. Seems a real talent. Banging all the goals in over in the Austrian Bundes. I know that's all it is, but still, 19. Look at the goal record. Look at the talent. Look at the ability. It would be a good acquisition. And then also, if I could have my way, I would get in Jadon Sancho. I think he's just quality. Was he 19 years of age? Doing the absolute bloody business. So, yeah, those are the 4 players that I'd bring in. I think if we had those players, we'd actually be absolutely fantastic. And maybe next season, we could mount a serious challenge. Berber Spin 9. It's great to see you in here, buddy. Hope you're doing well. He says, I'm a little late today. Did you see the pic of Ed and Sir Alex? No, I didn't see the pic of Ed and Sir Alex. What are we talking about, Berber Spin 9? Do illuminate me to the situation. James Millier comments, I have to admit, Lis Mousse is an insane player. Do you know what? Mousse is no Pousse, is he? He's a freaking absolute bloody nut. He is quality. I agree with you. I think he's a very, very good player. I'm just impressed with Sheffield United's whole team today. You know, the way they go about it, so workmanlike. Just so workmanlike. You know, there's not a diva in there. There's not a hanger-on in there. They're all pulling their weight. They're all really, really helping the team out. The fantastic ethic that they've got as a team. So fair play to them. Flying Pig is legendary comments, yes Pig. Thoughts on De Gea's game? Look, I thought De Gea's had a good game in the, especially first half. Key performance from him really to keep the few chances that Sheffield United had out. Some really good chances in that first half for them. So I think he's done a good job, to be fair. And even though he's conceded 3 in the end, it could have been a heck of a lot worse. Right, lads, I'm pretty much going to wrap this video up. You can see we've been rambling on for about 38 minutes now. Apologies there was no watch-along live stream today. You all know I've had some stuff going on recently and just wasn't able to give it my full attention. So, you know, apologies for that, but I appreciate all of you for coming back and watching the post-match show today. You're a bunch of bloody legends. Thank you so much for stopping by on the show. Do us a favour, though, before you go. Please do smash a cheeky little like on it for Joe. See what I did there? A little bit of rhyme there. But no, seriously, thank you very much. That's my name, by the way. I don't often say it, so some of you may not even know that. You might just think of me as the king of bacon here or whatever. But thank you very much for all of you for tuning in, is what I want to say again. Like, subscribe, comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Smash that cheeky little bell. You can follow me on social media here. If you want to send me any sort of nonsense, you can. Please do. And again, shout out to everybody with all the nice words and everything recently on all platforms, wherever anybody sent them. If you sent one, you know, thank you so much to you guys. Right then, I'm going to wrap it up. United have drawn the game 3-3 against Sheffield United. A little bit gash in the end to not see out the game and get the 3 points in the bag, which would have rocketed us up there above Tottenham, above the likes of Arsenal, in a really healthy position in the league. As it is, we're stagnating once again, down in bloody 9th place in the league. Joint with Tottenham Hotspur, which is never a bloody good thing. So, there we are. We're having a nightmare, but it could have been worse today. At least we showed a bit of grit and determination and bottle to get back into the game with our young players. Remember that we've got young players, and Solskjaer set the team up completely wrong and had a nightmare in the first part of the game, but he learned and he adapted and he changed United throughout, which is what is, you know, it's a key to a good manager. Seeing what you're doing wrong and making the necessary changes to then approach it and get the best of the opposition. We did that, so there's some positives from the game also, and the fact that all our young players were looking good as well. So that's me. 40 minutes is up. I'm going to leave it there. To each and every one of you, have yourselves a bloody good week. Like, subscribe, comment once again. Take it easy. Get your thoughts and opinions in. If I wasn't able to reply to you guys in the live chat today, appreciate every single one of you that takes the time to do that, and everybody else that just watches it. But make sure you come back once this video has been published and finished and get your thoughts and opinions in the not live comments, and I will respond to them in due course. But until next time, have yourselves a bloody good one, and come on United, sort your bloody lives out now, okay? I'll see you soon. You've been watching The Pig on Flying Pig United. Come on United. And Gungshi at the end with a cheeky super chat. Thank you very much there, just getting one in there. You're a legend. Everyone else who's done that tonight, everyone else who's commented and supported the channel in any which way you have, especially over the last week, God bless you all. I'll see you soon. Take it easy.